So that's one thing I would do.
I think that applies to a lot of things, just like being able to do something that you actually know is contributing to a better world. Like I find that's why I tend to get discouraged on doing a lot of things, is because I look at the bigger picture and they're like, you know, what's the point to all this? Why am I really doing this? And then to just find out that it's all just for a system that really doesn't give a fuck about life or make the world any better, that's pretty deflating. But like I've said before, like I could be doing anything, like we could be shoveling shit.
Yeah.
But as long as you know that you're actually doing something that's making this world a better place, something you can actually take pride in, like be able to look at yourself and be like, I'm actually contributing something to making this world a better place.
Yeah, and you know, everyone else is contributing too, and you know, it's not where it's like unfair that you're having to do this and someone else doesn't have to. It's like everyone is accounted for and has you know, a responsibility factor there where you have to do something. I mean, yeah, do your part. Well, whatever it is, I mean,
there's
do it.
lots of things that need to be done in, like, you know, bring the environment up to the level of like awesomeness that, you know, it ensures like the future betterment of the world.
And you can definitely have a fun doing it. I mean, you know, imagine you're out on the ocean. I mean, you're probably seeing whales or dolphins or something, and you can have a swim if you want, if you're not afraid of sharks. I mean, but you're helping the animals too. I mean, you know, they want that cleaned up, I'm sure, you know. I mean, that's where their environment is, so you're helping. Everyone likes to help, so this is just a natural thing. So
I'd plant more trees.
Plant trees?
You know, we've cut down so much forest, like way more forest than we've replaced, like extensively so. So it's, you know, we gotta, like, you know, put that back, basically, to a certain extent. Yeah, and I mean, that's something I've been able to do already a little bit, and I enjoy the physical labor of planting trees, being
it's fun,
out in nature, like same thing, point you're saying with being out on the ocean and whatnot, and it's, like, being, you know, in the forest, like, and just building the forest back up from what we've taken from it.
What would you do, Adrian?
I'd like to do like water purification, like cleaning water, making water drinkable. I don't know. That's for some reason. I mean,
there's a lot of polluted water, and I'm sure there's ways of cleaning it. You know, they just have to figure them out, right?
Well, I'm sure we have the ability to already. Even, I mean, there's a lot of things. The things you guys mentioned too are like cool. Like I'd be willing to do any of those things. I think water purification just stood out to me because like there's just things that I'd be learning in doing that, like about how just things work and separating things from other things. It's kind of a sciencey kind of thing.
Yeah, you can develop different ways of doing it that are better and more efficient and more helpful and more.
You know, just learning generally about like how that kind of stuff works. Because that was the kind of stuff that like I never got an opportunity to do much like science experiments, things like that. And was always just discouraged with science in school, but this would be like a cool way to kind of actually learn about science.
Practically, because really in school what we're doing is we're writing down things in books and committing things to memory, but it's never really that practical in that you're not actually doing something. Whereas if you're you know, in a system where it's actually best for all, then you're doing what's best for all. You don't really need so much to focus on the memory work and the testing and the study, because if everyone wants to do what's best for all as your responsibility, then it's like, okay, well, let's go do it and let's all work together, and instead of wasting time not trusting ourselves to do the best for all, because I mean, naturally that's what we all want. In common sense, it's to do the best. So if everyone helps each other in that, it just comes naturally. So let's go on to the next question. What would you tell your children about the world before equal money?
Wow. Fucking wow.
Scary stories.
imagine your worst nightmare.
Yeah.
It's like, it may be tough to imagine when, it's opposite of from what everything that would exist really. I guess it would be like the two extremes being like, well, there was a lot of like fun things or some stuff of it. Okay, here's how I would explain it. Is that imagine only some people were equal, and that other people
Yeah.
weren't equal to those people. And so because they were deemed not equal, because of a belief that it was God's will, that there were certain people who had to do all the work, and some people just got to like lay back and just like, woo, life is perfect, this is the best, and totally not give a shit about our fellow brothers and sisters that are fucking dying a fucking harsh death while we're saying life is great.
Yeah.
Just basically fucking raw abuse, like disastrous, the worst disregard you could possibly imagine.
I guess the difference would be these would be actual real stories that just show the consequences and the implications of what happens when you live in a way that is not equal. Which I guess at this supposed point in time would be the way of life, the law of the land. So
Yeah, it's just sickening, really. I mean, if we could actually really see what and who we are, I mean, everyone would stop immediately. It's not like there would be any question, but it's because we don't see who we are. We think we know because we see through our eyes our own little bubble reality, and we go about our business and we think, oh, everything's okay, but we're very inconsiderate and ignorant of what is actually going on in the world. We're very much mind controlled because, I mean, if you really look, you can see all the ridiculousness. Wars, I mean, is there any need for that? No, it's absolutely unnecessary. But yet we have wars because we're so disillusioned about who we are.
It's like everyone existing as a chicken with their head cut off and trying to fucking walk in a straight line.
Yeah.
Or, like
chicken with their head cut off. That's who we are.
Build, create, like,
yeah.
Just running into shit, going this way, that way, like,
Yeah.
no direction whatsoever.
Yeah. No principle for everyone to live by, right? So, okay, let's go to the next. Where would you like to live in the world if money was not an issue? Interesting.
Money was not an issue.
What do you think about that?
Probably a lot of different places.
Yeah, I'm sure moving around would happen quite a bit.
Okay.
If you could just travel around the
Well,
world
let's say your top three.
Top three.
Yeah. Just pick three. You think would be
Place.
It's not like you have to live. You can always change.
Place of optimum climate. I don't think I've ever lived in a place like that. So
what is your optimum?
Well, not too hot, not too cold.
So just a place where it's overcast all the time.
Yeah, but then it rains in those places, like England. So I'm not sure if there is an optimum climate.
Well, I guess for me, like an optimum climate would be maybe somewhere like California, because there's mountains over there, so I can ski and snowboard. And there's also the fucking ocean nearby, and it's like down at the bottom of the mountains in town. It's sunny and warm all the time, so I could play my golf, I could go surfing, I could ride my bike, I could go skateboard, I could rollerblade, play all those games, volleyball, all that fun stuff on the ground. And yeah, I could do it. I could ski, snowboard, and play golf in the same day. Of just a few of the fun things I would like to do in the system. And that would be a climate that supports both the cold activities and the warm activities.
Mm.
Yeah.
Any other places?
Yeah. Well, I haven't traveled to a lot of places, like, as it is.
Right.
I would like to go. It's I'm not even sure where exactly it's called. It's the biggest waterfall in the world.
Angel Falls, maybe?
It's in Africa somewhere.
Oh,
I think
okay.
it's in northern Africa. But yeah, I always found waterfalls like pretty cool. So like to live near like a huge waterfall for a little bit, that would be pretty cool. Just the sound of that like flowing water. Maybe I don't have to live by the biggest one. I guess if I was living, somewhere like on like a ski hill or something like that, on the other side, there's mountains, there's waterfalls, so be close to a waterfall. Um, I I haven't been to a lot of countries, so it's like
There's lots to explore.
it's tough to say that it would be like this spot or that
Yeah,
spot.
you'd probably
I
be in a
don't
situation
know.
actually where you go to a place, you decide, I like this, maybe I don't,
Yeah.
and then you pick up and go if you want. I mean, that's something where you decide for yourself, right? I mean,
Yeah.
if you have that ability and you're supported, it's not. I mean, you're not going to have unlimited opportunity to do anything. Obviously, there's going to be some limitation. Like you're going to have to give some of your time to do things for your community and assist people and help out. So there's going to be some responsibility there. But yeah, like one place I've always wanted to visit and see is those giant big redwood trees.
Oh yeah.
In I think they're in California and BC,
yeah.
and I've never seen those. I'd love to see there, and just I love big giant trees. They just it's awesome, and that'd be one place. I'd also like to. I like where I am. There's some really nice country here in Ontario. I like this, and the gentle hills and lots of rocks and cool things, cool lakes, and the loons are amazing. I love loons. I'd love to live on a lake with loons, and they make a beautiful sound. It's incredible. Every time I hear it, I'm just haunted by it, and it really helps me. It's an amazing sound. And also, I guess in the world, I guess there's places I haven't visited, but I would like to visit up north or in South America or South Antarctica, I guess.
Yeah.
Just to check it out, and see what kind of lifestyle that would be. I mean, it'd be a lot different, but I think that'd be really cool, in a lot of different ways,
Sure.
As long as there were some people there with you, and to keep you company, and people could hang out and do different things, and I don't know, just grow yourself. And it depends a lot on your age factor too, and what's practical for you. You don't want to live in an environment that's too challenging if you're too old, and you can't climb up a mountain to your house or whatever. But so I mean, yeah, we've placed a lot of limitations on ourselves. So I mean, this is all just sort of conjecture and ideas and sharing what we think we would like, but I'm sure equal money would be even better than what we envision it to be.
Yeah.
That's the
Absolutely.
fascinating point, is it would be so good. You would jump out of bed in the morning and just be so excited to live your day instead of being enslaved to a nonsense job, and have no feel of self-worth in the world, feel like you're just a victim. Instead, you're actually an equal part of the world, and you're sharing yourself and doing your part. I mean, there's so much gratification in that it can't even be spoken how that would feel for everyone. I mean, really contributing. So yes, we're in a reverse system, and I mean, I'm committed, and we're all committed to stopping the abusive money system and the abuse that goes on in the world. So we want to support equal money, and we want to tell people about it, how exciting and awesome it would be just to live. Never mind all the added benefits that would come with it. I mean, just to stop the wars, stop the child sex trafficking, stop the child abuse, stop the child labor, stop all the corruption and fraud and that exists as this money system. And everyone that supports this money system, you're really supporting a greedy system where it's not a real representation of who we are. It's actually just a ball of disgusting greed,
Fucking ignorant.
ignorance, and supporting the suffering in the world. And so it's time for it to stop. And just wanted to share that. So it's cool.
One more question.
Is there one more?
I think so.
No, I think that's it.
That was it.
So, but if anyone wants to give video responses to this, talk about your views. What would you do if money was not a point of limitation? What would you do if you were in an equal money system? How would you live? Where would you go? What would you be like? Try it out. Give us a video response back, and you can have some fun with it.
Yeah, and equal money is not communism, just so everyone knows. Communism was a hierarchical structure. There was still a power structure in place, so equal money is not that. Equal money is equal for everyone, so it's completely different from what you think.
We'll give the link.
Yeah. So
Equalmoney.org.
research it for yourself and find out for yourself and do the homework before you start rambling off about what you think it is. Actually try and investigate for yourself. So that's a good point to keep in mind, so we're not just answering nonsense questions or going in strange directions that are not solutions. So, cool.
Say goodbye.
See you later.
Heaven on earth.